If you want to reduce the amount of time it takes you to onboard new clients, in this video I will show you the 4-step process to automate the onboarding process of your coaching business. Let's get started. As you can see, this is the 4-step process. First of all, we document the process and then we identify the tools and softwares involved in the process. The third step, we simplify the process and then we automate the process. Document the process. What I mean by that? You open a notepad or even here in Figma or whatever software you use, we'll be drawing the whole process. Let's say when you close a client, okay, client close it. Next thing you do is send the invoice. This is just an example of what can happen when you close a new client. And also you send the contract. You wait for the contract to get signed and also the invoice to get paid. This is an event, will make it green. Next, let's say you send them a welcoming email. Let's say after that you send them a questionnaire or a form to fill before they schedule the next call. When they finish the form, you send them Calendly link. Let's say you also create a new project in Notion. This is just an example, okay? Let's say after that you onboard them on Trainerize. Let's say after that you make their meal plan. Okay, this is just an example. This is an example of the onboarding process. When you close new clients, what you do. So this is an event. This is action you take. This is action you take, and then you send an email, send the form, Calendly link, all that. You do all this stuff. So we want to automate the whole process. We don't want to take so much time with this. We need to make one action and all the rest happens. So now the first thing, we documented the process. We did that. Next, we identify the tools. Here for the invoice, Stripe. And for the contracts, let's say Signwell. And for the form, let's say Google Forms. Currently, all the calendar. Next, Notion, Trainerize, and meal plan, whatever. Let's say, I don't know, for example, Trainerize or Notion, or it doesn't matter. So now we identified the tools included in the process. Now we simplify the process. What I mean by simplifying the process? By simplifying the process, let's say before we had to send the welcome email and then send the form link separately. Now what we need to do is, let's say, include the link of the form in the welcoming email. So we remove this step. Let's say now we remove this like this, and then the email will include form link. Okay. Also, let's say the Calendly link. We don't want to send this also manually or like in separate step. We can include it in the welcome email, but for example, we only want when someone fills the form, then they can like book a call with us. In this case, we will let it as it is. Okay, do whatever you need to remove any unnecessary steps or merge any steps that can be merged. Next, we go to automation. Let's identify what are the triggers. So when you close a client, it's an event. Okay, it's not a trigger. So when someone pay the invoice or sign the contract, those are triggers. Also here, when someone fills the form, it's a trigger or it's an event. When someone the form, we can know that. And also when someone books a call with us. So let's add one step right here and we'll call it for submitted. Okay, now we have, for example, 2 events. Now it depends. If you already have some experience with automation, you would know what to do. But sometimes you would not. For example, here filling the invoice and filling the contract is 2 separate actions, but requires the same information. What I mean by that? The invoice, what you need for the invoice? You need to know the name of the client, their email, and the amount they're going to pay. Also for the contracts, you need their full name and also their email and maybe their also the amount they paid, like the amount of money agreed upon, like for the service or the coaching or whatever. So instead of filling the information twice, I can do it just once. So what I can do, I can move this like this, duplicate this one, and here fill onboarding form. I will go to Google Forms and create a new form. That form includes the information of the client. So I will create a new form. Okay, I will put there the full name, email address, let's say the program we close them on, price, on all that stuff. Let's give this a new color. Let's say red color. So I created this form for myself or for the coach. So when I close new clients, I check their first name, their name, their email, all the information required. I fill that form. What happens after that? I set Zapier or Make or whatever automation tool I use. I set a trigger when the form is filled, is completed, is sent. The information included in the form, let's say the full name, email, all that stuff, goes automatically to Stripe. So automatically when I submit the form, and automatically a new invoice gets created with the information I filled in the form. It gets sent to the email that I put in the form, the client's email. Also at the same time, a contract gets created and sent to the client. So it's now automatic. Before I was going to, first of all, sign into Stripe, fill in the information, send the contract, and also go to contract software, create new contract, fill in the information, and then send the contract. Now, I just need to fill one Google form application, click submit, and the contract and the invoice get submitted. As you can see, from 2 steps, to software, to just we fill in the form, and then everything else happens. We can also set another automation here. Let's say we wait for the invoice to get paid. When the invoice gets paid, we configure Zapier to automatically send a welcome email that includes the form as we did before. We included the link in the email, and also let's say we want to at the same time create a Notion project and onboard them on Trainer, so we don't wait for the form to get submitted first. Let's say this form, okay, the form that's needed to be filled by the client includes the information about the clients that we need in order to create a meal plan. Okay, so we will leave this meal plan and take the other things. Let's say we check this and we check this here because we need them. We need to like execute them now, like before the form. So I hope you understand. Okay, let's say when the invoice and the contract is done, we can do this. We do 3 things at the same time. We send the welcome email and the form. From where we know the email address of the clients from here. We already have this information. Also, we create a new project in Notion. From where we know the information of the clients from the Google form that we filled at the first time. Also, how we know the full name and the email to get them on Trainer from this form. So this form does everything. We don't need to write the email 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. No, just one time. We write their name just one time. We don't need to repeat ourselves. Okay, so now it's fine. They signed the contract and also paid the invoice. These 3 actions took place. Okay, they got onboarded to Trainer. We created our project for ourselves in Notion to manage the clients, and also we sent the email and so what they need to do next. As you can see, everything is automated. We are doing nothing right here. We just fill this form and everything is happening automatically. Everything. Now let's say they fill the form. Okay, let's say the form includes their weights, like their preferred foods and all that stuff, all the information needed from a client in order for the coach to help them get fit or whatever. As we said before, we want to send them the link to book a call only when they fill the form. So let's say the form is hosted in Google Forms. When they click submit, they automatically get redirected to the Calendly link. Okay, and also if you want, when they fill the form, we can add another action like this one: send Calendly link. Let's say this is the first call after you close them. Okay, so this is redirected, and in case they didn't manage to book a call, they will not lose the link or whatever. They also get an email containing the Calendly link. Now we have the information we need to make a meal plan from this form. What we can do? Let's say before you always did it manually. You manually make their meal plan or whatever it's called. Okay. Now with the help of AI, that's no longer needed. In the automation software, let's say for example Zapier, we take information from here, the necessary information to craft a meal plan. What we do? We ask ChatGPT to make a meal plan based on the information included in the form, in the previous form, in this form. So before, what you had to do, you had to go to Stripe, sign in, fill the invoice and send this. Go to sign well, fill the contract and send it. Wait for the client to sign and pay the contracts. When they do that, you send them an email. And also you go to Notion, you create a project right there. You go to Train and Rise, you type their name, their email, and then you send them a form. When they submit a form, you send them Calendly link. And also you go manually and then craft their meal plan. You used to do all of this. Now what you need to do? Fill the onboarding form. And what else? Nothing. All of the rest is taken care of by automation. And also we have here AI. So as you can see, we went from a manual onboarding process to an automated one. Before it took us, let's say, 30 minutes, maybe more, when we wait for the client to do something. And also, let's say we are waiting for them to do something, and then we got busy, and then they wait for us. So it's a mess. And now you touch nothing. You make sure they pay on the on the call, and then the rest happens automatically. Like you can check with them manually if you want. You can send them a message, or you can wait until the next call to interact with them. Like you don't need to do manual stuff to follow up with them and all the stuff. All of that is done manually. So I hope you got some value out of this video, and if you want some help doing the same for you or automating other stuff or whatever, you can check the description and book a call with me, and we'll see how we can help you automate your business. Take care.